What's up, everybody? I'm Preston, and what I have for you guys today is the official Infinity Ward's video of Onslaught and the new DLC that we're going to be getting on January 28th. So I'd like to take this few minutes before I show you guys the video of what the actual video was that they released to us of the trailer, that I was actually kind of right and kind of wrong about a few things. So first thing, I was kind of right about the Maverick AR and sniper rifle. It is actually one gun, but it's kind of like two guns. So I'll explain that a little more after you guys watch the trailer. And then with the axe mode, it's not a game mode, so I'll explain that after the trailer too. So watch this insane trailer, and this is literally the first time, or not the first time, but first time in a long time, I should say, that I've ever been hyped up for a Call of Duty DLC. This has literally blown my mind, and I'm so damn excited for this DLC. So just watch the trailer and you'll understand why I am so damn excited for this DLC and why it is so different from any other DLC. I'll see you guys when it's over.
So we're really excited to start this new DLC season. I think this first pack is going to be amazing. What we've done is create 4 small to medium maps that have a very classic Call of Duty playstyle. I'm really looking forward to the weapon DLC because it's not just a single weapon, it's actually 2 weapons based on the same receiver and stock. And we've got a great new Extinction experience coming that I think fans are going to really love.
With DLC, we really like to have fun, and that really shows in our first map, Fog. Fog is a dark, gloomy, intense map straight from a horror film. It's broken up into 3 different areas. We have like a tall grass area. We have even like cabins in the woods. If you really want to dominate, you can hold down the barn, get up in the upper window, and you can actually look out both sides and pick people off. If you complete a field order, you actually get to become Michael Myers. Very iconic horror film persona. You don the mask, you have the axe, the soundscape changes, everyone knows you're coming, and you're just tearing them up. Bayview is a mid-sized map, this kind of like quaint, peaceful boardwalk town. You can see these naval destroyers. And if you complete a field order, you can call in an artillery strike that decimates your enemy. Bayview's a great map, and it supports all playstyles. You have the high sniper points on each corner that can fire across to each other. You have your run and gun section throwing sentry guns on the trolleys. So you'll be sitting there waiting for the enemies, and all of a sudden you're just getting wrecked by this sentry gun. Containment's a map down in Mexico that develops these long-range kind of battles. So we have this riverbed which divides it and a bridge going over top, and you actually engage across the river with snipers or ARs. But if you're a fast-paced run and gunner, you can actually hop down into the riverbed and flank, and there's multiple ins and outs. In containment, there's a radioactive missile. If you complete a field order, you can actually call in a mortar strike that detonates the missile and just destroys anyone in the area. So Ignition is a remake of Scrapyard from MW2. We wanted to bring back this fan favorite. It's a Florida-based US launch facility, so it's tied in with the single player. Ignition is kind of like a smallish to mid-sized map. It plays really tight. So if you complete the field order, you get to activate this test engine in the map that ignites and will burn any enemies that are in the area. So in DLC 1, we also have a brand new weapon. It's essentially 2 guns. It's a highly accurate, very dependable rifle. It comes with a sniper kit, and it has a really cool, teched-out sniper scope. So depending on your playstyle, we've got you covered there as well.
We're starting this great new campaign with Extinction. Not only is it a whole new map, but it's the beginning of a whole story.
Source of the outbreak located.
So Extinction DLC, including the map Point of Contact that's on the disc, is a 5-part miniseries that tells you why these aliens are here, so you'll have a better understanding of the cryptids and their backstory.
Please hurry.
Well, in DLC 1, we pick up where it left off after Point of Contact. The Nightfall map's a snow base up in Alaska. It's over-the-top, bombastic action. One of the new weapons you'll find is derived from scorpions that you've encountered in the game. We've got a new alien type called the Phantom, and he's pretty difficult to fight because he likes to jump a lot. As he's jumping, he becomes invisible. We also have a new cryptid called the Breeder, largest boss creature we've ever done.
One of the things I think is great about Call of Duty as a franchise is really strong at supporting the community with content post-launch. This year's no different. We've got a great season of content coming. All of this will be coming January 28th.
All right, so what you guys just watched was a lot of information that just blows your mind. Literally, that was one of the best DLCs I could possibly think of. I really think they're going to nail this DLC head on in Call of Duty Ghosts, and I'm super excited because there's so much jam-packed information they put into this trailer, and so much work, I feel like, because there's so many new things. I love when they put new things into the game. It just really makes it exciting, and for this DLC, I think they did a really good job with hyping it up, and I think it's going to level out to be exactly as it's hyped up for. So, starting with the AR rifle, the Maverick AR and sniper rifle, there's actually two things you can say about it. One, it is an assault rifle, and then two, it's a sniper rifle at the same time. So if you saw in the trailer, they actually had a picture of the sniper scopes on there. It's a lot different from any sniper scope we've seen. It almost looks like a holographic sight and an ACOG sight mixed together, which is really, really interesting. So this gun can play as an assault rifle, and it can also play as a sniper rifle, which is going to be really cool. So it's almost like a marksman rifle, so I'm not really sure where they're going to be putting this gun into the class. And then for the map Fog, this was really what struck me. And this was probably one of the more amazing parts of the DLC that I really thought of. And they took this map straight from a horror film, and one of the really big things that hit me just for this map, not just because it's like a horror map and it's really scary and has fog on it, but they took Michael Myers and they put it into Call of Duty. So basically what you guys watched and what Mark Rubin was explaining is that when you complete the field orders, you're actually going to turn into Michael Myers, and you actually get the mask and you get a nice big hatchet to go around and hacking people. So it's almost like a maniac, and you get to run around and attack people with this axe and just slay them down. And he was talking about how the in-game sound changes to the Michael Myers theme song when you run around, so people know when you're coming. And this is going to be scary. This is going to be some intense stuff, and I am so damn hyped up to actually see this in action and be able to play as Michael Myers. So I can't wait to bring out to you guys all this great content on all the new Michael Myers shit and all these new maps. So moving on from that, there's the next map, Bayview, where if you complete the field orders, you actually get a battleship artillery, because there's battleships stationed outside in the bay, and you can call those in and they will strike the map and they can kill the enemy team, which is really sick. So normally you just see like mortar fires come in from like the map Warhawk. You saw them, they just like come in and they just attack the ground, and they like make like shell holes in the ground and stuff like that. But for this map, you can see them coming from the battleships, which is a new thing they're adding to Call of Duty, which is really cool, where you can actually see where the stuff is coming from. Now I know you could see like the nuke in Nuketown 2025 drop from that little thing, the little tower thing, but that was really cool. Another thing that struck my mind about Bayview was the trolley cars that are moving around. Those are almost like moving monorails on the ground, which is really cool. So if you guys know what monorails are, those are basically almost like ski lifts, but they're more of like a building you can sit in. So this is going to be really cool for trolley cars to move around the map. They can actually place sentry guns in. This is going to be some really intense shit. And he talked about all these small cutoffs that you can do, which is going to be really good for a lot of those fast aggressive players, because I know a lot of the Call of Duty maps that we have now in Ghosts are really big. So this is important to have these small and medium sized maps. So I'm really hyped up for this. Then moving on from that, the next map, Containment, you can actually call in a mortar strike if you complete the field orders to blow up a radioactive missile that's sitting in the middle of the map. So this is going to be really cool to see how this plays out. And again, this map just seems like a basic Call of Duty map where it's going to have a lot of cutoffs and a lot of fun key ignition points. We're going to be able to key battles in there, and it's going to be really intense. I feel like this map pack is going to be head-on awesome. Now, moving on from that, we saw the Ignition map from multiplayer, which is a remake from Scrapyard. I know a lot of people had bets on that to think there was going to be a remake, and they were right. And there's actually going to be a field order on this map as well. And if you complete the field order, you can launch the rocket into space, which is, ooh, what the hell? Oh my gosh, we've seen that in Call of Duty Zombies from Ascension in Black Ops 1, and I think it's really cool that they're bringing it into a multiplayer map, and you actually can burn up from the flames if you're underneath and it explodes and it launches. You can get burned up, which is going to be really sick to get those funny kill cams and stuff like that. And then moving on from that, the last thing I have to talk to you guys about today is Nightfall, which they introduced a new boss. That huge ass zombie, like what the hell? I'm so excited for this shit, yo. I'm not a really big Extinction player, but I feel like this is going to be really big. And it's supposed to connect the first episode of Extinction, which we have on the game already, to this one. And we're going to get a little bit more information on why the zombies and aliens are there. Why the hell did I say zombies? Well, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed this information, then hit the subscribe button. I'll be bringing to you guys as much content as I can when this DLC comes out on January 28th. So be there first on Xbox Live. This is X Preston signing off. See you guys later.